Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on Casper. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about Casper. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here just above 4 cents. And you know, Casper is so undervalued, so overlooked in the crypto space. I've been saying that for such a long time. But now things are starting to come together for Casper. You're starting to see how enterprise adoption is happening as well. You know, you could either buy this cryptocurrency while it's still sitting here at 4 cents, or you could buy it later when it's sitting above $5, because that is definitely coming. Now, this comes from Tokenizer. He talks about Casper being involved with healthcare. I previously discussed how Casper seems to be focusing on healthcare for 2024. Marino healthcare utility for 2024. Healthcare members attending Davos. We've also highlighted Pharma Ledger, the DLT group for utility in pharmaceuticals. But then they go on and they talk about track and trace, and that's exactly what the CEO is talking about right here. Take a listen.
Let me give a couple of really interesting use cases. So one we already discussed, like supply chains, for example. Supply chains are incredibly complex. They have many different parties, and these parties don't want to share their data with each other, right? But if you want a single source of truth, you can have a decentralized ledger. No one really owns it. And that's where we register our information. That way, there's one single look through of the truth across multiple parties. Additive to that, if you combine, say, your supply chain tracking with an IoT device, for example, say it's a product like blood samples or medical samples, you want to always make sure that they stay within a certain temperature range. And blockchain is great for this because, you know, all the pings from the IoT device are going to the blockchain. That is tamper-proof. So now the supplier can prove to someone that, hey, this blood or this medical component has always been kept within the correct temperature range, and therefore it's okay for a patient.
You know, what he's talking about right there is bringing together Internet of Things, the supply chain, and healthcare. And this is going to be big, and I think that's why they're going very big around it for 2024. It's just another use case, and it's a very big use case at the same time. It's been an exciting week for the DLT space. Less than 1 month into 2024, and we're already starting to see some fireworks. HBAR was a prime sponsor for World Economic Forum Davos. Casper demoed Brave AI with IBM at Davos Hub. And that is absolutely huge, because with the rise of AI, you have to keep everything in check. And that's the direction that Casper's going in now. And a lot of people are already saying AI is the 5th industrial revolution. And the 4th industrial revolution is blockchain and crypto. So we're watching both of these industrial revolutions come together. And you could invest in both of them at the same time just by holding Casper. Take a listen to this.
What's really important is when you're thinking about AI governance, when something happened is incredibly important. You need to know when the hallucination happened, when the bias happened, and blockchain by nature is the most serialized system you have. Like when people say you could replicate this on a database, you actually can't, because if you were to do that, a database, when it's maintaining ACID properties, isn't ultra serialized. And then finally, it's super automated. One master smart contract could serve multiple companies with multiple different platforms. You know, we're plugging into Watson X right now. We'll be completely augmenting there, but it's an open platform, which means anyone can subscribe to, you know, these master smart contracts that completely automate these processes on the back end.
Blockchain solves the AI governance puzzle, especially because it brings trust, auditability, transparency, and multi-organizational workflow.
We are starting a beta program. You know, the Gartner webinar like wildly exceeded our expectations. We got 1,700 imprints. We've had 40 plus Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies sign up to be beta customers.
Now that's important, because what could this mean for Casper token holders? Each Brave AI deployment will cost Casper. More companies using Brave AI equals more demand for Casper. Greater demand for the token, greater purchasing pressure for the Casper token on the market. And you know what he was talking about there, where Fortune 500 companies are going to be utilizing this technology, that's also going to lead to more enterprise adoption as well. And you know what else is huge about this is because it shows Casper and IBM coming together once again. And AI is going to be a major component of the new financial system at the same time. The World Economic Forum recently launched a paper on AI governance with Accenture and IBM. This comes at an interesting time, as Casper and IBM just announced and even demoed their enterprise AI solutions at Davos. It's clear all enterprise AIs will only starting, and Casper is at the forefront of it with IBM. Like I said, we're so early on a lot of things with Casper. This is another thing that is very early, but it will explode very fast because there's a demand for this. Everybody wants automation today, and they don't want things to be complicated. And AI is going to boom because of that. 3 years into the Casper ecosystem, and there's already more enterprise adoption than 99% of layer 1s. One of the first things you see in the Casper network is that 99% of DApp are geared for industry utility. From IP, tokenization, to financial contracts, there are Fortune 500s involved every corner of the ecosystem of the entities setting standards and building industry-grade products for DLT. Hyperledger, ISO, Actis, World Economic Forum, IBM, and Gartner have all been working with Casper to varying extents. And look at the ecosystem around this. This is absolutely incredible, and it's just getting started. This ecosystem grows year over year. You know, when I was first making my very first Casper videos back in 2022, one of the worst years in crypto, I kept telling you, Casper's building in the background. That tie to IBM is very important. Pay attention to that. And now we're starting to see what it's building into, and it's all coming together perfectly. Casper Network, redefining capital markets through tokenization. This comes from House of Chimera. Tokenizing all assets. Casper aims to tokenize all financial assets for increased efficiency, security, and transparency in capital markets. And that's important because tokenization, once that starts to pick up momentum, a lot of value is going to come to a lot of these networks, and it's going to push the price of these cryptocurrencies. Emphasis on smart financial contracts, ensuring interoperability of tokenized assets, driving global financial transformation, opening up opportunities for underserved communities, leveling the playing field, also part of the new financial system. Implementing Actis standard. You know, as time goes on, we're going to watch Casper token rise in price. And as it does, you're going to start to see more interest around this cryptocurrency. People are going to start to realize what they're overlooking. QNT and Casper, both ISO through ISO TC68, both work with IBM on interoperability. Both bring DLT to the enterprise space, both selected as Gartner vendors, both part of Nexera ecosystem. Remember I told you early on, a massive network is forming around crypto, and you could see Casper's ties to QNT. Then you see the ties to Nexera. And if it's not direct ties, it's always through partnerships as well. That massive network that we're watching form is the new financial system. And that's why I always tell people this should be your roadmap when you're investing in crypto. Now, businesses that use the blockchain for their payments can use the standards defined in ISO 222. This may also include the use of business-connected tokens such as XDC, XLM, XRP, IOTA, Algo, and other tokens that support this ecosystem like HBAR, Casper, QNT, for example. You know, we are going to watch so many people come into crypto this year. Once crypto starts to move, all those same people that have been doubting you for the last couple years, you know, when you're trying to convince them that crypto can make them a lot of money, those same people will be asking you about crypto now. It's going to change so fast when it happens, because I already see people asking me about Bitcoin all the time because the price went up. And with the ETF news, wait until utility kicks in on these cryptocurrencies. That's going to be an even more exciting time. What are your Casper price predictions for 2024 and why? I'd be happy with 50 cents, but I'd not be shocked to see $1 plus. Honestly, when you look at the price of Casper right now, it's hard to imagine this. But I think this year, Casper will break above $1. I think throughout 2025 and 2026 and 2027, we're not going to see the big pullbacks on these cryptocurrencies anymore. Because tokenization, once that starts to really build momentum, which I think it's going to start this year, it's going to boom this year. All of a sudden, value is going to continue to come onto the network. So how are these cryptocurrencies going to be pulling back when more and more value is added to the network? I've been talking about that in a lot of videos recently because everybody says, well, once we see the next big run up, I'm cashing out at this price, I'm cashing out at that price. But what if you cash out and utility kicks in and these cryptocurrencies continue upward? That's going to be the biggest regret people will have once we start a utility run. But until it all happens, you got to stay patient and stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.